Hey everybody, so I am at the YouTube space in London with David Walsh. We're at this fabulous Winter Wonderland set, which is pretty exciting, and it's going to be the first ever WahWah Christmas special.
Woohoo!
So David, did you want to tell me a bit about your channel just before we get into the video?
Absolutely. So my name is David Walsh. My channel is David Walsh Online. So youtube.com/David Walsh Online, where I have the biggest how-to YouTube channel outside of the US.
Yeah, and it's so informative and interesting, and just lays it all out there, sort of demystifying YouTube, which is awesome.
Ooh, demystifying. I like that. I like that.
I've trademarked that though, so I will be charging a consultant fee.
Okay, checks in the post.
So I thought, seeing as it's Christmas and we are literally in Winter Wonderland, we could just chat about some of our favorite Christmas music, Christmas traditions. I know everyone is very particular. A lot of people have like specific things they do. So the first question, the most controversial one I suppose, is when is it socially acceptable to start listening to Christmas music?
Easter.
Right. So you listen for the whole year? Before
Easter,
Christmas in
for
July?
me, Easter, that's when you freak people out. Like, I like to just mess with people's heads. That's what I personally like to do. So my fiance really gets crazy when I start singing Christmas songs at Easter.
See, I used to work in a record store and we were not allowed to put on any Christmas music until the week of, because everyone knew they'd be listening to it for so long. So we were sort of hidden away for the whole year, and then it comes out for that one crazy Christmas rush period. So do you have any Christmas traditions then to do with Christmas music? So you're listening for it the whole year.
Yeah.
But is there any time when you particularly listen to it?
Driving is probably the one where you're going to listen to it the most, because the radio stations are going to stick it on because it is Christmas.
Right.
You know, so I don't necessarily go, oh, I must play Christmas music because it's December 24th or something like that. But, you know, in a passive sort of way, driving, it's like, oh yeah, that's nice.
So you like to sort of accidentally listen to it,
yeah,
sleep
so
in
it's like, oh yeah, it's there, so I'm not going to go, oh, I'm changing the channel. It's like, it's there, it's Christmas. Yeah, get into the festive mood.
So we have both come up with 3 songs, our top 3 festive favourite songs.
And why?
And why? Because there's some interesting reasons.
Oh yes. Ladies first.
Should I go first? The first song on my Christmas playlist is Fairytale of New York by the Pogues. This came out in 1987, I believe, so it's a bit of a later one.
Yeah.
But it's just my absolute favourite, and I don't really know why. Like, apparently it was the most played song, Christmas song in the 21st century.
Yeah.
So it's clearly popular with a lot of people, but it's sort of that imperfect Christmas. It's set
very much so.
Yeah.
It's like the antithesis of Christmas. It's like, Fairytale of New York is basically, I'm drunk, I don't like you, but we're still in love with each other even though we can't stand each other. You're an alcoholic, I like a drink too, but we still manage to stay together.
It's almost as if you need Christmas magic then the most.
To me, it seems like that despite those sort of like Christmas things that people, oh yes, let's get together. It's like we're sticking through all the bad times because we seem to be recreating them on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's true. That's really interesting, actually. I wonder if that is why it's one of the most popular ones. It's
it's probably like
relatable.
why EastEnders is so popular, because it just depresses the crap out of you. So it's like, well, my life is better than theirs. So yeah, let's do that.
That's probably why it's my favourite. So what was the first song on your list?
Merry Christmas, Everybody by Slade. That Christmas classic.
I have so many memories of this song sort of in the background, but I have to confess, before we started filming, I did confuse it with the Wizard song.
For me, it's just one of those classic things where you have Noddy Holder from Slade just belting out this song. And irrespective of whether you're 9 or 90, for me, you can appreciate it.
It is one of those ones that always gets everyone dancing, and
it is like if you're at a Christmas party and this is like, well, you know, if you're sober, drunk, whatever, you'll just go, oh, here, yeah, let's go for it.
Do you have any particular memories associated with that song?
I don't. It's just, I guess it's just one of those things where, you know, as a young child, it's like you've had your massive Christmas dinner, and if you know my mother at all, it is a massive Christmas dinner. And you're sort of in that food coma. And like back when I was a kid, we had Top of the Pops Christmas special. Like, that's not on TV anymore. But that was one of the things you would watch on Christmas Day. You see who's Christmas number 1 on Christmas Day, you see. They would stick on, you know, Noddy Holder and Wizard and all these sort of classics and stuff. But yeah, it's just sitting down in a food coma where you're just roasting hot. And you're sort of in this food haze, and it just comes along and it's like, oh yeah, I feel good now.
It's a bit surreal, actually, when you put it like that.
Well,
so as
a child of the 70s and 80s, that's probably how a lot of people grew up.
I guess we can move on to the next
What's
couple of
your
songs.
number 2?
My number 2 is such a classic. It is Santa Baby, but the original by Eartha Kitt.
Oh, yeah.
Sung by Eartha Kitt. Often covered, never bested.
No.
But it's incredible, the 1953 version. Fun fact, did you know that when they first signed Eartha Kitt, RCA Victor was so confused and they were finding such a hard time to find a song for her that wouldn't get banned from the radio because they thought her voice was too sultry.
Yeah.
So they were trying to find something that was like innocent enough that she would get it taken off the radio.
But if you listen to the lyrics of that song, you actually find she's actually a gold digger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, give me a car, give me a fur, give me a diamond ring, all of these things. And basically you're saying just give me all of this stuff for nothing.
Although, does it not end with like a little twist where it's like, oh, but actually I don't really mind? Or is
Yeah, but the thing is,
added that in?
you know, well, from my experience of the female gender, is that what they say in jest is what they actually really mean. So if she didn't get them, I don't think she would be too happy.
I mean, she was Catwoman, so I think you should definitely be scared
This is very
about
true.
her.
This is very true. But yeah, women of the 50s, I don't think you'd want to mess with them anyway.
Probably still now, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
So what was your second song?
It is the classic Band-Aid and Band-Aid, This Is Christmas. For me, it's just one of those things that you hear the open, the first few keys and you instantly know what it is.
Couple of points.
Yes.
There is snow in Africa.
In parts.
In parts. And the only river flowing, there's actually several rivers in Africa. Not factually accurate.
It still achieved what it set out to achieve.
That's true. How do you feel about the revamping of that single, Band-Aid 20?
It's like many songs, in my view, that the original's still the best, especially if you grew up with it. Like a lot of people today who weren't born in 85 or before that or whatever, when Band-Aid sort of came about, they don't know any difference. So they're hearing Band-Aid, the original Band-Aid one, as something that's on the radio. Oh, this was a song way back when. If a new version came out, if it's got their favorite bands in it, then that would be better to them. But for me, as a child, as I said, of the 80s, I know the original, I remember the video, and I remember the whole thing kicking off. The original's still the best.
I have to agree. I liked the Band-Aid 20, but there's something about Boy George in it.
Even the US's version of the Band-Aid song wasn't quite as good as Band-Aid itself. Heal the World.
Oh, is it the Michael
or Feel the World, Michael Jackson song. Yeah. It was the US's version to say, we've got to do something like they did.
So the final song that I picked, that I love, this is probably my favorite Christmas song, maybe it's just this year, is the David Bowie and Bing Crosby song, Little Drummer Boy / Peace on Earth. Yes. I don't know what it is about the song. It's sort of so weird, but also perfectly suited to both of the artists. So it was originally shot as part of a 1977 Christmas special.
Yeah.
And Bing Crosby, unfortunately, actually died before it ever aired. So he died in the October, and then it aired in America and it aired in the UK. So it's like the last special that he ever did. And it's just, I mean, have you that stilted conversation at the beginning where Bowie sort of walks in and he's apparently moved in next door to Bing Crosby and he's like the poor cousin. Yeah, what's going on? And then he's like, Sir Percival, can I use his piano? And he just walks in and starts using the piano.
Yeah.
It's so weird and bizarre. And yet it sort of fits perfectly like Bing Crosby's kind of like that old style Christmas special style, but also fits perfectly with like Bowie's surreal sort of reaction to it.
Ziggy Stardust type thing meets old school crooner.
Yeah, and it fits, like the setting is perfect for both of them. It's so bizarre, like they're both perfectly at home in it.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that it's just them, a piano, and that's it. It's like unplugged.
Yeah.
It's like Ziggy Stardust unplugged meets Bing Crosby, unbrassed type thing. So he doesn't have a big band. Bowie doesn't have a big electric guitar or anything like that. So it's like an unplugged, it's just like two guys on a piano, boom, creates magic.
Yeah. And the other song that Bowie, like to contrast that, the other song that Bowie performs on that special is Heroes. Yeah. And that's the one that has so much production with like mics cutting out every so often. And it's incredible. Did you know also that Bowie apparently hates the song Little Drummer Boy?
Interesting.
That's why they added in the Peace on Earth extra bit, because he refused to sing it. Because he was like, I'm not singing that.
Ba-rum-pa-bum-bum.
So your final song.
My all-time favourite sort of song is Let It Snow by Dean Martin. Now, this is a song for me that I mentioned singing Christmas songs in April or Easter or whatever. This is my go-to sing-along Christmas song.
In July, let it snow.
Let it snow, absolutely. In Easter, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And it absolutely freaks people out. And that's why, well, one of the reasons why I love it. But it's just such a nice song.
It is. It's like, you know that Christmas is coming. Well, I mean, if you're singing it in the middle of the summer, maybe you wouldn't. But to me, it's one of those songs that like sets Christmas. Like I feel that festive spirit, or like, I suppose, you know, whatever it is, it's like, it's the idea that there's something good about, even if the world is at its darkest and it's all like dark nights.
Yeah, and it's like just that cozy thing. It's like the weather outside is frightful. Inside it's truly delightful. So you've got that nice warm sort of just feeling. It's like, oh yeah, open fire, you know, you got your Christmas tree, you got sort of family around you, stuff like that. Yeah, it's just sort of heartwarming song for the time of year.
It's very,
Easter.
And David's cover of Let It Snow will be released shortly.
iTunes.
So that was our entire playlist. It was really, I don't know about you, David, but it was really hard for me to like cut that down to 3 songs.
It was, you know, because there's so many songs out there, you know, there's so many things. It's like when you said, what are my top 3? It's like, pick 3. And you've got like half a dozen or a dozen songs in your head. And it's like, oh man. Even now, there's one song that's sort of playing in the back of my mind. Right. It's like Nat King Cole, Chestnuts Roasting. That song for me as well. It's just another one of those heartwarming songs that when it comes on the radio or wherever, you just go, oh, yeah, Christmas.
We're going to have a playlist of all of these songs. Plus, I'll put in a couple of extras. So if you have any extras, the ones that didn't quite make the list to be in there. So you can just put it on and decorate your tree or drink some eggnog if you're in America.
Dance around the table, whatever.
Whatever it is that you do. And we'd also like to know what your favorite Christmas songs
are.
So if you want to put them in the comments, or like when you listen to Christmas music, the controversial topic of when you are allowed.
Easter.
I expect to see a very interesting discussion in the comments about
May
that.
May 1st for a lot of people, I know that much.
We'll see. Maybe I'll get a poll in the card. Use
yes,
a bit of
yes.
YouTubing.
Should you listen to Christmas music in the summer?
No. So if you want to go ahead and leave a comment with your opinions on that, favorite songs, even if you just want to literally list every Christmas song ever, that'd be kind of interesting.
That would be a long process.
Very fun. And then there'll be a link to the playlist as well. And we've also filmed a video over on David's channel today.
If you would like to know more how to set up a niche channel, very similar to what Katie has here, then head on over to moi, head on over to my channel where we go through with the lovely Katie how to set up your niche channel and be successful at it. Link for that is at the end of the video and also in the description below.
Yes. So there'll all be links in the description, links in the end card, links everywhere you can see. They'll just be flying at you. And I'm sure if you ask me on the street, I'll just hand you a link. Thank you very, very much for watching, and we hope you have a very Merry Christmas. We'll see you over on the next video.
There you go. You want to zoom? Bring them in. Down, down, down. There you go, you can see. Happy Christmas!